This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This is your boy Black Megas, and I guess this video I'm going to kind of close a chapter on my thoughts on this whole YouTube discussion that I started with the YouTube relationship thing. I might come back to it because I like to talk about YouTube, and even though I'm a very small channel, I pay attention to a lot that goes on, and if anybody can come across this and get any type of information or any type of advice that can help them out, I'm more than happy to put it out for them, even if there's only 5 people watch this video. But anyway, so having a conversation with a friend of mine, and she showed me this video of this guy. I'm not gonna name names, just gonna go ahead and tell the story. And she was talking about how he made a video saying how he's quitting Destiny, and what he was saying was making no sense. So she sent me the video, and I'd asked her before she sent me the video, is this somebody who's big, or quote unquote big, on YouTube? And she was like, well, I don't know what you guys consider big. And I was like, well, yeah, because I have a different perspective on big. For me, someone who's quote unquote big on YouTube is someone whose name is pretty well known. It's not necessarily that they have a huge following, they do huge numbers, but they've been around long enough to be remembered or recognized when you throw the name out there. And this guy was actually one of them. And immediately I kind of got on the defensive side because I've heard of him enough to know his history on YouTube. And so seeing him do this video about leaving Destiny, kind of threw up a little red flag for me. So I listened in about 2 minutes in, and my first reaction was to her, yep, I pretty much figured that was what his response was going to be. And we talked about it, and she was like, well, no, I don't think that what you're saying is right. But it was just like, I just feel like that's always been his history, So, agree to disagree. I understand different perspectives and all that. But I decided to go back and listen to the whole video because I understood exactly what she was saying about his reasons making no sense, about how he spoke on how much the game was boring to him and the stuff like PvP was horrible and things like that. And separate being I won't say like a huge YouTuber, but a successful YouTuber out of the equation. And yeah, it wouldn't make sense, especially when you think, well, you've been playing this game since launch, and now all of a sudden you're saying that this game is bad. Makes no sense. But see, from my perspective, I guess maybe it's because I do these videos all the time. It just sounded like, okay, this is the typical thing, especially for this guy, because he's done it before. His history was he was one of those guys who was pretty well known during the Call of Duty craze. As I think around Modern Warfare 3 and the whole COD community started to kind of phase out of their high love for Call of Duty. This was around the time when Battlefield 3 came out, and he was one of those guys who kind of jumped ship to Battlefield 3 and started to do the, I'm done with COD, I'm moving on to this. Back when there was a lot of people who started to jump over to other games, and Battlefield 3 was one of the more successful ones for a lot of people to jump to. Wasn't as popular as COD was in its height, but it was big enough where it kept everybody substantial. Moving on further, and he's made several jumps to other games. If you look through his history, you can see like he made that jump from the COD to the Battlefield. He jumped back in and played the latest COD and then jump out onto something else that was much more popular. His whole path has always been, whatever can gain me the most heat, I'm gonna jump on. And say what you will about Destiny, but Destiny videos have gained heat. There's a lot of people who do Destiny on YouTube that makes a lot of money off of it, and he jumped onto that for that craze. Now I look at his history and he's starting to do a lot of Battlefield Hardline, which is kind of the more popular thing. Now, the other thing that struck me strange about him making this video was, as I listened to it, he kept talking about how the game's holding him back. He's not doing the content he wants to do because of the game. And it's like, while he was sprinkling in those things about the PvP not being pleasing, he got, the grind is being stupid and all of this. And again, mind you, this is somebody who's posting all of this stuff, like tons of videos for how long has Destiny been out? Since September of 2014. It is currently the middle of April in 2015, and he's now quote unquote done with it. Kind of crazy to me. Kind of crazy. Very crazy to me. Because it's like, again, all these things that you're saying that you dislike the game, even if they're contradictory without this, I must say, the fact that you've been posting this on an almost daily basis for that 7-8 months, however long it's been, it's baffling that now all of a sudden you're done with it. Especially when, again, he kept reinforcing the whole fact that it's doing something to his content, that it's not making him as creative. He doesn't feel like he's doing the things that he could do. Well, again, why would you continue to post something that's holding you back? It makes no sense. And it just made me realize that I'm doing YouTube wrong. I am seriously doing something wrong, because he's moved on to a different game that's kind of popular right now, and he's doing well with that. And again, there's been lots of commentators that have done that. Now, they're not doing as well as they were back in the high of the Call of Duty days, but they continue to do pretty good because they latch on to the more successful property. And I get it. I understand. It's business. You want to keep yourself relevant. That's fine and dandy. But where I get issue with these people is that they run down the game that they were high on so they can, like, I guess, and this is just my opinion, just keep that in mind, but I feel like he ran down Destiny to validate why he's now moved on to something else. And you don't need to, I don't feel like you need to do that, because I feel like you're being disingenuous. You are basically going to a more popular thing to maintain success. I get it. I understand that. It's not necessarily how I do things, but I understand that's what people do. It just made me realize that, I need to understand that I'm not the type of person that does YouTube that would do things like that. And in that sense, I'm quote unquote doing it wrong, because these people are being very successful with being disingenuous with people, with doing things like this, running one game down to jump on the next bandwagon. And it's funny because someone in this comment section said to him, I think I need to unsub, because I'm seeing that this is a pattern. As soon as the next game comes out, you're just going to jump ship again. So there's not going to be any true consistency. The consistency is only based on the popularity, not necessarily because of his true interest in the content. And again, he kind of qualified that by saying that he thinks Destiny is a bad game. Well, again, it's a bad game. You're playing it all this time. Clearly, you're only doing it because of what? It's getting you heat on your channel. And I just can't do things like that. I can't do things like manufacture interest in something just to get attention. I can't pretend to care about other people, or like I said in previous videos, to try to establish some type of working relationship with somebody, and then once I grow to a certain point beyond that, I leave people to the wayside. I can't jump on certain trends outside of just gaming, like a lot of people jump on those challenges things. Everybody wants to post the challenges. It's like the only thing I've done close to that is the ice bucket thing, and it's because I donated to ALS, and I did a video to draw awareness. Outside of that, it's like I'm not just going to do the challenge. I mean, and again, I'm not saying everybody does all these things with the intent of getting over, but there's a lot of people who do these things knowing that, hey, this is going to benefit me in a financial state. And again, it's not wrong, but I guess it's not right for me. I'm just not going to just do things just because, hey, this will get me some status. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm better off trying to be as organic as possible with what I do, because then whatever I get, I feel like I have truly earned it because it was genuine. That being said, I also realize, hey, it's the slowest way to any type of success. If being a huge YouTuber was my whole intent, then I'm fucking myself over, because I'm not doing myself any favor by avoiding taking measures that will help me accomplish success at a faster rate. That's why I say I'm doing YouTube wrong, because I'm just doing me and not necessarily following the trends. I can try, but I don't know if I'd appreciate it, or if people who watch me appreciate it, because I hope that most of you who actually look at my videos appreciate the fact that I'm trying to be as genuine as possible with my content. But this is something I wanted to get off my chest with you guys. Anyway, as always, you guys hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy BlackMakers, and I'm out. Deuces.